Hello all, welcome to our YouTube channel. Thanks for liking and subscribing our YouTube channel. This month is very special because of budget. Considering this, we have invited expert economist Dr. Neelam Tandon. She is professor at JIMS Kalkaji and visiting professor at IMT, IFT and National Institute of Banking. Right? CV sales are continuously improving on month basis, and a lot of growth is seen on year basis also. However, overall CV sales are down by almost 14%. After budget, lot of hopes are generated because of scrappage policy, infrastructure investments, and lot of steps taken for banking sectors. So let's hope for the best as worst is already over. The biggest announcement for automobile industry in budget is for the scrappage policy. It is estimated that there are around 37 lakhs commercial vehicles sold after 1990, and out of this 10% will be eligible for scrappage policy. So there is a very big potential for demand generation. All this will surely help in improving the fuel consumption, reducing the pollution, because new vehicles are far better and superior with respect to old vehicles. So this will also have a potential of generating a totally new industry, because scrappage will require a totally new setup with new employment possibility also. However, this is voluntary in nature and incentives are not clear. So we need to wait for the final policy, which will be declared soon in next 1 week time. Now let us hear from our expert, Dr. Neelam Tandon, on expert advice on budget. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Consumer vehicle industry growth rate runs on two wheels of demand and supply. Demand driven factors are strong macro fundamentals of the country, that is, consistent and resilient GDP growth rate, growth in employment rate, increase in purchasing power, depth of the financial sector, low and stable fuel prices. Ease of substitute to public transport, percentage of young workforce with easy access to credit. On the other hand, supply driven factors are ease of doing business, government structural policy measures, industry growth rate, low tax rate, well defined safety norms, insurance regulations, scrappage policy, environmental norms, well connected roads, strong MSMEs to strengthen the supply chain, and strong infrastructure to reduce logistic cost. Skilled workforce, frugal innovation, and efficient technology transfer are equally important for the growth of automobile sector in India. Automobile penetration in India is only around 3% as compared to China with 18%, Japan around 60%, and over 80% in the UK and 90% in the United States. This low penetration indicates India's growth potential in the automobile sector. To enhance the growth potential, the Indian automotive industry has to keep pace with the changes in acquisition cost, purchasing power, and demand of consumers, level of product and process innovation, technological competence, regulatory framework of taxation, passenger safety norms, emission control, and connected technology norms, and BS6 emission norms. Automobile industry and auto component industry are complementary to each other. Auto component or ancillary industries are the significant contributors in value chain and add revenue figures to the P&L of auto companies. The production linked incentive scheme proposed by the government to allocate rupees 57,042 crore over the period of 5 years from 2020 to 2025 to the auto sector has been strategized with 5 basic objectives. Number 1, to nudge big auto companies to improve their production line and generate high turnover, which should be equal or exceeding 1,000 crore. To make Indian auto firms export competitive, with export proceeds equal to or greater than 200 crore, and reduce their reliance on imports. To increase the operational efficiency of Indian auto firms with increasing their fixed assets to 350 crore or greater than that. There are 830 auto component makers in India, and their contribution is more than 85% of the total automobile industry turnover. The PLI scheme will enhance the production capacity of OEM. As a result, ancillary industries' contribution to the value chain will increase and India's global value chain competitiveness will enhance. PLI and MSME's contribution in the value chain will help auto companies to organize regionally or nationally with bulky, heavy, and model specific parts production concentrated close to final assembly points, and lighter, more generic parts produced at a distance to take advantage of scale economies and low labor cost. It will help auto firms producing in scale in localizing manufacturing and promoting greater levels of indigenization from a supply chain standpoint and overcome reliance on China plus one strategy with product quality improvements. Product quality improvements can include upgraded features, design, facelifts, and new and improved engine led firms. Their suppliers or vendors are often small and medium enterprises, which are not technologically upgraded. The major challenges faced by the Indian component manufacturers are high cost of capital, non availability of skilled labor, and rising prices of operational cost. There's stiff competition from China and other Southeast Asian countries on the price front. To meet the needs of the future, including electrification of vehicles and stay ahead of the competition, MSME manufacturers are now gearing up to the challenges of constant upgradation, digitization, and automation. However, in the process, MSMEs require financial support from the government. The proposed liquidity enhancement measure to the MSME sector with the provision of 15,700 crore will help the sector to rely less on import and become part of the global value chain with better products and a high level of production efficiency. The robust push to infrastructure, including economic corridors, manufacturing, and MSMEs collectively is likely to help boost demand for heavy and medium commercial vehicles. The heavy and medium commercial vehicle sector will also have a boost in demand as a sum of rupees 5.54 trillion has been allocated for infrastructure development. The infrastructure scheme proposed to support public bus transport services with a cost of rupees 18,000 crore with the adoption of innovative public private partnership model will create new opportunities for private sector players to finance, acquire, operate and maintain over 20,000 buses. Two new technologies, Metro Light and Metro Neo, will boost the last mile connectivity and light consumer vehicle segment demand in India. The highway infra work proposed of building 8,500 km of highways by March 2022 will help in boosting the construction equipment sales and heavy truck and tipper industry. This will strengthen rural connectivity and eventually will result in increased demand from the rural and wage earning community in the country. Investment in infrastructure will create job opportunities and will increase demand for automobile in India. With the objective of Atmanirbhar Bharat, the custom duty on steel screws and plastic builder wares have been increased from 10 to 15%. This includes items like frames and forks, wheel, rims and spokes, hubs, brakes, saddles, pedals and crank gear, etc., resulting in an increase in the cost of production in the automobile sector in short to medium term till the time manufacturing of these components get developed in India. So that's the opportunity cost of Atmanirbhar Bharat. It can be concluded to increase sales and sustainability with fast changing consumer demand and technology. It is essential that OEM and suppliers plan the development time and cost and enable the industry to spread the price increases gradually and hedge the cost of customer acquisition from a price shock. This will allow sales to flourish along with technological developments. The Budget 2021 has created a framework for the growth of the automobile sector, but the demand for automobile depends on a decrease in retail inflation, increase in disposable income of consumers, reduction in the fiscal deficit, and positive increase in GDP growth rate of the country with increased liquidity in the market.